Yo, what's up everyone? Welcome to the Matty Bets YouTube channel, where I'm going to start focusing on doing more mainstream fight predictions for you guys well in advance. Today, we're going to take a look at Charles Oliveira versus Beneil Dariush. So let's first of all take a look at the betting odds. The odds opened up with Charles Oliveira surprisingly as the plus 105 underdog, with Beneil sitting as a minus 125 favorite. However, I am recording this on a Monday, and right now, Charles is up to a plus 125 underdog, with Beneil as a minus 150 favorite. So it seems like some respectable money has come in on Beneil Dariush as a favorite, and the odds makers has since shifted these odds even further in Benny's direction. Before we even get into that, if you guys want to get better odds on Charles Oliveira or Beneil Dariush, you can check out betopenly.com in the description. Peer-to-peer betting, which means you're going to get Charles is at plus 135 and Beneil is at minus 135. That's at betopenly.com in the description below. So first thing I want to look at when it comes to this fight, Charles Oliveira literally just fought a slightly better version of Beneil Dariush, right? Which was Islam Makhachev. If you look at these two guys and compare them, they're both southpaws, and they're both elite grapplers. And they're both good, very good defensively. Especially Beneil's been very good defensively as of late. He hasn't been finished since 2018. The biggest thing to note in this fight is Beneil is not going to be afraid to go to the ground with Charles if he hurts him on the feet first. And that's exactly what Islam Makhachev did. He caught him with that right hook, and he went right to the ground and got that submission on him. But if you look at other guys, specifically strikers in the division that has fought Charles Oliveira, they would hurt him on their feet in that first or second round, but then they would be extremely nervous to go down to the ground with him. So let's take a look at some of those fights. So here's the first one with Justin Gaethje. So right here, Gaethje's backing up. Oliveira throws the kick. Gaethje throws the kick. But then he catches Oliveira, and Oliveira goes to the ground here. And he just welcomes him right back up to the feet, right? Here's another example right here. Dustin Poirier versus Oliveira. Dustin in that southpaw stance, throws the left. Oliveira throws the knee. Dustin with the feint. And then he catches him with a right hook, just like Islam did. And look what Dustin does. He engages for a second on the ground, but then he literally lets him right back up to the feet. The difference is Beneil is not going to do that, just like Islam would not do that. Michael Chandler even didn't do it and had a lot of success in that first round. Chandler was willing to go to the ground with him multiple times in that first round. Looking back on that Dustin Poirier fight, Dustin post-fight or even days after even said,
I just respected his too much that I didn't engage.
And I know Beneil Dariush is not going to do that. So as far as the matchup in this fight, I think that Beneil is going to be able to dictate where this fight goes. He's going to fight off of his back foot. He has great takedown defense. Oliveira is not going to be able to take him down unless he hurts him on the feet first. And to me, Beneil is actually the much better wrestler and even a slightly better grappler, even though Oliveira is the better finisher on the ground. I was extremely impressed with the scrambles that Beneil had against Gamrot in his last fight. I mean, Gamrot is relentless with those takedowns, and Beneil was able to scramble out of them and defend himself very, very well throughout that fight. And I trust him to not get submitted in this fight unless he gets hurt on the feet first. Charles, on the other hand, he makes so many mistakes on the feet, and we've seen it time and time again. He gets hurt by that too, right? By either a left or a right, right? If it's a southpaw, he gets hurt by that left hand, by Dustin Poirier and by Islam. He got caught with in both of those fights. And finally, if we look at the motivation factor in this fight, Beneil has been working his entire life for a title shot, and the UFC finally said to him, this is a title eliminator. If you win this fight, you will get that title shot. So Oliveira has so many miles on him at this point. He's fought so many times in the past few years, and he's taken a lot of damage, whereas Beneil looks like the fresher guy only fighting once or twice a year, extremely durable. He keeps his hands up on the feet. He's very defensive minded and he's very intelligent. And I trust his chin a lot more. Now, one thing I will say is the number is going to be very important in this fight. Do not bet Dariush higher than like a -140, -145. Ideally, you got him weeks ago. If you didn't, be careful playing that number much higher than that. And keep an eye out on my Twitter and Instagram. I will be checking out maybe a late finish prop for Beneil or for Beneil to go the distance and win a decision. So keep an eye out for that. But be very careful betting Charles Oliveira in this fight, as I believe it's a very difficult matchup for him. Make sure to like and subscribe if you've watched this video, and I'll see you back here for the next prediction.